Hey cats, good morning to you, Sunday morning. And we're going to discuss a growing trend amongst left-leaning states and cities. All right, you want to hear about it? Here you go. Hey savages, welcome in. Thanks for coming as always. Like I said, we are going to touch on a growing epidemic across the country, focused on Democrat-led cities and states, which is the inability to deal with the repercussions of their own moronic voting habits, right? If it isn't places like New York declaring themselves sanctuary states and then melting down and begging for federal funds when they get a couple of busloads of immigrants, to places like Chicago that have cracked down on the actions of their police to the point to where they are unable or unwilling to enforce law, obviously resulting in massive uptick in crime and violence, to our focus today, good old California, San Fran in particular, and their mayor, London Breed, right, who in 2020 promised to defund the police, and that's exactly what she did, cutting $150 million from funding from the local police there to, the sheriff's organization, right? And so as California crumbles under its, stupidity, voting habits, and Dem leadership, from fiscal insanity, from paying for immigrants' education and health care, to restricting energy to the point of unaffordability, and it also is the same with housing, to trying to pass reparations bills that include $5 million payouts per and six-figure incomes for centuries to come, to police canines are racist, to finally defunding the police, where we're at today, and obviously, again, resulting in unavoidable upticks in criminal activity, and basically the remnants of those police forces being unable or unwilling to handle the problem, right? And they beg for federal funds to make you and I pay for the cleanup. And somebody there had some brains in the legislature that tried to pass a bill that would increase penalties and sentencing for drug dealers. Of course, that was shot down as racism, because it's definitely racist to prosecute the people that are, helping your children to overdose on fentanyl. And as this defunding happened, the uptick in violence and property crime, both residential and commercial, went up, exponentially to feed those drug habits. And of course, now a letter's been sent from London Breed's office here to beg the federal government for aid, and officers being 540 short of enforcement levels. Okay, I mean, this is exactly what was voted for, promised, and promise kept, right? How the hell is it anyone else's responsibility outside of that state to pay for or to clean up that mess? You know what I mean? Again, this is the repercussions of your own voting habits coming home to roost, okay? It's definitely, it became an issue. I mean, obviously, San Francisco is a disgusting shithole at this point. I mean, there's actual downloadable apps to map out human feces on sidewalks for areas to avoid. You can see countless videos across the interzones showing you people having sex and, cooking up and shooting dope on the sidewalks in broad daylight, homeless tent cities. I mean, the list just keeps going. And it's become painfully obvious to anyone paying attention that these people will do and say anything up to and including destroying the people and areas they're being elected to represent to gain and keep power. And I know I'll have some comments like, that's what all politicians do. Obviously, to an extent, I completely agree with you. But to this level, unseen in the first world, I mean, this is absolute deviance. You know what I'm saying? Just to be in a position of dictation. I mean, the saying is, something to the akin of, only the people that don't want power should have it, basically. You know what I mean? These people that promise the destruction of their own neighborhoods to gain that seat, obviously, are the furthest away from deserving it. All right? You guys can tell me how I'm wrong, debate me, argue with me in the comments, tell me to fuck off. Like, share, and subscribe if you would. Smell you later.
We're not against the Republicans. We're not against the Republicrats. We are against those MAGA thugs. Thugs. My
friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet? That's what I don't understand.